Massive fight announcement in the UFC's bantamweight division as Petr Yan is finally set to take on Deiveson Figueiredo. This fight is booked for November the 23rd and it is set to headline UFC Fight Night China. What a fight. Finally, we're getting to see this. I am kind of surprised though that the UFC are doing an event in China and Zhang Weili isn't on the card. I just don't get why they haven't done that. But anyway, nonetheless, we're still getting this fight. Can't complain. I cannot wait to see this. Although this means one fucking thing. This then means if Figueiredo is fighting Petr Yan, even though we knew it was going to happen, blab my fucking hopes. Now that we know, this means Merab is fighting Umar Nurmagomedov next. Fuck. But anyway, nonetheless, we knew that was going to happen anyway. The UFC, I just don't want to get into it. I don't want to get upset. You know, we've got good news here in front of us. Petr Yan, Deiveson Figueiredo. This is a fight that the fans have wanted to see for quite some time now. Let's not forget, there was a time and a place where people wanted Figueiredo to move up and challenge Yan when Yan was the bantamweight champion and Figgy was the flyweight champion. A couple of years later, couple of losses here and there for both guys. Jan's not a champion anymore. Figgy's in the bantamweight division now. But this is still going to be a fun one. Now, let's talk about Deiveson Figueiredo. Arguably deserves to be fighting for the belt next, to be honest. This guy's currently on a 3-fight win streak since he's moved up to the bantamweight division. On his first move up, he put on arguably a career best performance against Rob Font, who, ignore that voice break, can be a tricky matchup for some opponents. The guy is obviously a lot taller than what Figueiredo is, and he is a great boxer as well. But Figgy, like I said, put on a career best performance, arguably against Rob Font in there to secure the win. Then after that, he stepped in there on UFC 300, against the former bantamweight champion in Cody Garbrandt. He smoked Cody Garbrandt, to be honest. And he subbed him. In the second round, I believe he got the sub over Cody Garbrandt. And then just recently on UFC Fight Night Abu Dhabi, in the co-main event. Wait, was it the co-main event? Was that the co-main event? Yeah, I think it was. Was that the co-main event? Anyway, regardless, Fight Night Abu Dhabi had Deiveson Figueiredo versus Chito Vera. Now, say what you want about Chito Vera, but Figueiredo did fight him, and Chito Vera was coming off a fight for the title. Now, did he have success in that title fight? No, but he was still fighting for the title, and Figueiredo was the first guy to set Chito Vera down, which answered a lot of questions about Figgy in the bantamweight division, because this guy was a murderer in the flyweight division. Like, what Figueiredo done to Joseph Benavidez, honestly, could go down as a war crime. That guy butchered him back-to-back times, showed that he did have extreme power down that division, but we didn't really get to see it in his two performances against Rob Font and Cody Garbrandt. So people were a bit unsure, does the power translate? He dropped Chito Vera, so the power definitely does translate. Now, Petr Yan, former champion, then went on a 3-fight losing streak, obviously. He took some time off after that Merab loss, then came back against Song Yadong at UFC 299 and got the win. Now, Song Yadong is a great fighter. Very young, but has a lot of experience and has fought a lot of high-level elite guys and has looked competitive against those elite guys and has got some wins over them. But I don't know, I just didn't really rate Jan's performance in there. Now, obviously, he did pick up a groin injury in the fight, so maybe that's why he didn't perform the way I thought he would perform. And normally when we see Yan at his best, it is over 5 rounds, and this is a 5-rounder. Now, Figueiredo obviously has the momentum. He has the better wins as of recent. Like I said, he's been more active. Yan is coming off an injury as well. That is something to talk about. But this is honestly, it could go either way. It really could, because Figueiredo is extremely well-rounded. He is a good striker. He does have the power to turn the lights off, and he is a good grappler. But over 5 rounds, and Yan is honestly a 5-round specialist. Yan makes reads very early on into the fight, and this is why Yan is so much better in 5-round fights. From the end of the second round going into the third, fourth and fifth, Yan is just such an intelligent striker, especially boxer. He makes these reads and then he just picks apart his opponents on the feet. He just butchers them. And Petr Yan has great takedown defense. I think this will be competitive for the first 2 rounds. I think Figgy will get a lot of good work in on Yan. But I just think Yan's going to make the reads. I think Yan will be able to stuff Deiveson Figueiredo's takedowns. Yes, Figgy is powerful. And yes, he is a good striker in his own right. but the level of striking Yan possesses is just leaps and bounds above Figueiredo. The boxing of Yan alone, he is going to box Davidson Figueiredo pillar to post in there. I think this is going to be a very vintage old Petr Yan. I sound like a WWE commentator. Vintage Randy Orton. I think there's going to be a vintage Petr Yan performance in there. And I feel like Yan is going to get the job done here by decision. Which is shit. Not really, because Yan's Yan and he is entertaining to watch. And I do feel like, I don't think he'd beat Merab. I mean, we've seen him get smoked by Merab. But it would be interesting to see him in there against the likes of Umar Nurmagomedov, who doesn't shoot as many takedowns as what Merab does. And Yan would have the striking advantage in there. Even though Umar Nurmagomedov striking, I do think, is a bit underrated. But yeah, fuck him. Anyway, this is such a great fight. I am picking Yan to win this by decision as my early prediction. It is very competitive. I wouldn't be surprised if Figgy got the job done here, but I am going to have to back Yan. Yan is currently ranked in the bantamweight division at number 3, I believe. And Figgy is ranked number 5. So if Figueiredo wins this, he is definitely fighting for the belt next. Unless O'Malley fights before then O'Malley will get his rematch. Yan, on the other hand, I think Yan will need at least one more win before fighting for the belt, even with a win over Davidson Figueiredo. But nonetheless, finally we're getting this fight. Yan by decision. Let me know your predictions in the comments below. And as always, like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And I'll see you again in the next one.